the sky above the training complex looked like an old velvet sheet, dark but full of dim stars. Inside the barracks, the lights dimmed. The sound of footsteps and the clatter of shoes mingled into a soothing rhythm. However, in between the usual morning and night rhythm, a successful news story rocked the fan forum *****. Cha Eun-woo ****. A fictional idol who is undergoing military service is said to be seen with a medical officer in the field hospital area. This news does not come from a single source. In the era of fast-paced posts and screenshots, rumors stem from blurry photos uploaded by anonymous accounts in a popular online community. In a matter of hours, hashtags mentioning Cha Eun-woo's name filled the timeline, commented on by thousands of fans who incessantly asked, "Is there anything growing between uniforms and medical procedures?" The difference between rumors and reality is often thin. On the one hand, there are verifiable facts. On the other hand, there are the feelings of fans who want to believe and journalistic curiosity who want to dig deeper. In this report, we try to map out the traces, the chronology of the upload, the atmosphere of the barracks, Aroha's reaction, to the vague statements of the deep sources. It all started in the afternoon when a photo was released on the West East Community Forum. The photo shows two figures walking in the corridors of a field hospital. One is dressed in a training uniform with a slightly loose headband. His steps are light. The other is dressed in a white medic uniform, hair neatly tied. The photo was taken from such a distance that the faces of the two were barely visible. Only silhouettes and gestures were enough to provoke speculation. The caption accompanying the photo reads briefly, "They seem to be talking for a long time. Anybody know who that is?" In a matter of minutes, photos were copied, re-uploaded and commented on by thousands of visitors. Like a small fire that finds fuel, rumors spread quickly. A few hours later, a shorter, more blurry video emerged. A flash of the same figure sitting on a small park bench near the medical area, one hand appearing to be holding something like a water bottle. The video does not contain conversations, only silent seconds. However, in the online world, moments of silence are often louder than thousands of words. We contacted a number of deep sources that directly intersect with everyday life in the exercise complex. One of the sources, who works as an administrative staff, described the atmosphere after the post. "Everyone has become more alert. People who are usually relaxed suddenly become more closed." The source said Eun-ho's colleagues kept their distance, not out of hostility, but out of caution because personal issues about public figures can have complicated consequences in a structured environment like the military. Another source, a veteran instructor, claimed to witness a more neutral interaction. "I saw her sitting down to discuss. Medical staff were giving directions on health procedures. Nothing looks romantic from a distance. In the barracks, we used to have such discussions about schedules, medications, intake, and evaluation of conditions." The statement shows the importance of context. Professional conversations are easily misinterpreted from a fan's point of view. However, there were also witnesses who remembered a small moment that made the rumor even more charged. A short smile, a light laugh, an accidental look that was exchanged as the two figures walk side by side. "People see that and immediately think of something else," one source said. "Between us, little things often become big when it comes to celebrities." Within a few hours, the narrative develops rapidly. Forum users began to collect every little thing. An old photo showing the figure talking to officers at a campus concert 5 years ago. Comments on internal posts mentioning who is the medic. Even a ridiculous conspiracy theory stating that the two were planning a secret meeting at night. This phenomenon is not unique. When someone famous enters the private sphere, the public need to know, even supposes, is greater than usual. There is a collective need to interpret a sine smile, a gesture, or a sitting position into a story that can be told on a timeline. Among the comments that went viral, a number of fans showed empathy. If it's true, hopefully they are taken care of and given space. However, not a few also demanded a firm clarification. Some users even sent direct messages to the official account of the fictional management UN Star, asking for the truth of the news. Management reaction: no official statement yet. The photos and videos that circulate are the easiest evidence to take, but at the same time the most vulnerable to manipulation. Amateur digital forensics experts in the online community try to dissect metadata, when available, comparing lighting, shadows, to floor patterns to ascertain whether the image was taken in the same location. The result? Most of the claims cannot be ascertained. Some frames appear to be taken in the correct corridor, but timing and context remain great. An amateur visual analyst concluded. The images may spark the imagination, but they are not strong enough to state there is a personal connection. When faces are invisible, the public fills that void with their own stories. This statement is an important reminder. The absence of detail makes it easier for fictional narratives to grow. Hashtags related to Unho are surging across multiple platforms. Most Aroha show a familiar pattern: concern, protectiveness, and creativity, creating memes and fan art. There are also those who share back Cha Eun-woo's sweet moments from before the draft, as if to remind the public of his human side. Some fans began to create threads of support: the procedure for sending letters, the ethical boundaries when distributing photos in barracks, to fundraising for non-personal gifts that fit the military rules. An overseas Aroha group even published ethical guidelines. Remember, idols are people too. Respect their privacy. This shows the mature side of a fan community that, while hysterical, also seeks to limit the negative impact of rumors. But the more sensational sound is no less crowded. Riddles about prospective relationships are contrasted with caring overtones. On this side, some of the comments contain speculations about the future of the career, the potential for image abuse, or the possibility of dramatic scenarios that are usually found in drama romance. This kind of narrative is what makes entertainment news grow like a continuous story. And an effort to unearth the truth, we spoke with several anonymous sources. Here's a summary of the statements we received: administrative staff ***. They once talked, it's true. But the context is professional about the procedure and schedule of immunization. Instructor ***. I saw both of them from a distance. Nothing unusual. In this environment, there are many such interactions. A young soldier ***. There was one moment when they laughed together. For us, it's normal. But I know the fans see it differently. All of those statements are consistent on one point. There's no hard evidence of a romantic relationship, but there's enough interaction to spark curiosity. Shortly after the viral upload, other entertainment portals began to create articles in a mixed tone. Some neutral ones presented verifiable facts, others wrote provocative opinions entitled, "Is Love Floating Between the Barracks?" That portfolio of headlines shows how the media, for the sake of traffic, often packages speculation as sensational news. And this report, we tried to balance. Present a chronology, convey witness statements, and emphasize that without official confirmation, it all remains in the realm of speculation. As the night wore on, the timeline kept moving. Photos and videos are still circulating. New comments keep popping up. Clearly, this story points to one universal phenomenon in the digital age. People want to tell stories, whatever form they take, about the figures they admire. When physical evidence is scarce, imagination takes over. This first part of the coverage closes on the points of gathering information: viral posts, witnesses of different points of view, and intense fan reactions. In the next section, we'll present an in-depth analysis of the implications of these rumors, from the ethics of photo sharing, to the military's policy of public personnel privacy, to the potential psychological impact on our fictional idol, Cha Eun-woo. We'll also bring you some follow-up quotes from sources closer to the events and, of course, a more mixed summary of Aroha's reaction.